when I was a new business owner in 2018. These are the things that I needed to hear, and just a small piece of the puzzle of what I wish I could have heard back then. And if this happens to resonate with you, then I'm grateful for that too. As a business owner, you'll get these moments of inspired excitement where you have this vision because your business is such a creative platform for you to design new services, create your website, create social media content. You'll have this inspired excitement, and you'll see people online saying like, chase that excitement, go ahead and be that new version of yourself. But what they don't say is that that excitement needs a place to land. And so what I did back in the day is whenever I would get really excited, I wanted to live it out the next day. So if I had this inspired excitement of a video that I could make, or a new service that I could offer, a new program that I could offer, I would want to spend the next 24 hours making it, getting it out there, ready to go, so I could live in that space of like, there was the excitement, and then I took the action, it's already out here, look at this program. And what I ended up doing was finding work for myself all of the time, because your business is such a creative foundation for you. You're probably going to have a lot of ideas over the course of business ownership. And I keep them all in a journal now, because I thought that every idea that gave me excitement was like this hope that all of my bills would get paid for through my business, especially in the early days. So when ends weren't being met, when I was having to put money from my day job into my business to keep it running, when I was dreaming of not having to work for anyone else so that I could just live out my dream of being a business owner and helping to heal people and support them, that's when I really felt that these exciting ideas were the key to get to that point of sustainability. And although they are a piece to the puzzle, they aren't the whole puzzle. And it's more like when you think about a romantic book, romantic movie, like a Hallmark movie, and you see the female business owner and then the Christmas tree farm owner, and you know they're gonna end up together at the end of the movie, but you still watch the whole movie or you still read the whole book. This is what happens when you get that inspired excitement, is you're seeing a glimpse of, oh, this might be where the chapter ends, but we still have to go through all of the pages of the chapter to get to the end, rather than going, oh, I see where this is going, let me just skip to the end of the book, read the last line, good to go. We don't really do that in books, we don't do that in movies usually. And so this is how business works too. We know where we're headed through that inspired excitement, and you can accept or deny as many inspired excitement thoughts as you want to. You don't have to take them all. They're all like a buffet where you get to go, ooh, that one feels really good. Oh, that one feels good too, but I don't really have the energy or money for that one right now. I'm gonna write it in my notebook. And you might get 3 of like, ooh, I could do all 3 of these right now, but not all 3 of them at the same time. So let me pick one that stands out. The others can go in my notebook. So this inspired excitement is not the thing to hold on to and chase after every day. It's something to remind yourself of, but it's not the thing to create overnight or create in a week or create in a month. It's the end of the chapter. Sometimes the inspired excitement you get is actually the end of a whole book, and that's several chapters away. So excitement that is also peaceful is the guideline that I use for everything in my business nowadays. I get so super mega excited about all of the ideas that I have, and it is defeating to have to let them land somewhere, because I so wish I could just snap my fingers and have it be my reality the next day. But every time I go through the making process and the creating process and look back, I wouldn't have done it any other way. So that journey is as equally as important as the destination, as cliche as it sounds. And I do get defeated when that excitement has to ground itself somewhere, because I just love the creative process and I just wish my body could miraculously sustain that overnight. But what I've learned is my body needs a lot of care. My mind needs a lot of care. My relationships, my home, my pets, all that needs, and I want to give it my attention to. So find excitement that can have a place to land. Follow the things that are exciting yet peaceful, not the things that are exciting and then your mind creates a plan that kind of keeps you buzzy, kind of keeps you hustling, kind of keeps you overworking, kind of keeps your tasks too full that you always feel like you're behind. We all do that to ourselves. The inspired excitement comes in, and then your mind comes up with a plan and says, ooh, I know the first 5 steps of how to get there. And then we somehow start to create a deadline of when that needs to happen. And a lot of business owners that I work with don't notice that their personal lives are already full. There's kids, there's family, there's bills, there's day jobs, there's whatever that you have to keep up with. You're adding something on top of something that's already too full. So there's this whole foundational shift that has to change. This is a shift I went through and wasn't happy to go through it either. There's this foundational shift that has to change so that you have a place for all of that creative energy to land on. Because no matter how excited and how creative you are, if your bucket is already full, and not in a good way, if you're already overflowing with too much responsibility, or your body is already telling you that it doesn't feel good, there might be too much stress going on, then that creativity doesn't have a place to land. You're gonna keep feeling like you're hustling, keep feeling like you're behind, because a human body is not meant to sustain what you've created for yourself. And this is another pill I had to swallow, right? Not only could I not follow exciting thoughts overnight and just crank out a 12-month program in 24 hours, but I also had to learn how to take care of myself. And in my master class called Get Booked, I go over a Chinese medicine principle called the body clock. So traditional Chinese medicine is a healthcare perspective that I lean on pretty heavily in my own life. They have a concept called the body clock, which shows kind of like an ideal 24 hours for how our bodies naturally function. Times of the day that you have really clear thinking, times of the day that are better to rest, times of the day to network with others, times of the day to work and exercise. And when I really leaned on that schedule, I found there were some really big missing pieces. And when these pieces fell into place, begrudgingly so because I didn't want to do these things, but I knew it was good for me. When these pieces fell into place, that's when I got the most booked that I've ever been, with a 3-month wait list. And the ones that I had to absorb and navigate my stubbornness against was resting midday every day, like laying on the couch, eyes closed, listening to music, and I would always fall asleep. And I didn't realize I was tired until I would give myself this time and I would fall asleep. So resting in the middle of the day, waking up before 7 o'clock, and then exercising in the afternoon, evening. Those were the 3 that were the absolute hardest for me to do because I didn't want to do them, because I wanted to just be creating all the time and being all excited. And working out and napping and waking up was not exciting for me. But now it is exciting for me because my body feels really good and I have more creative ideas that come through because my body feels good, and I have more energy and more time in the day to create because my body feels good. So it all meshes harmoniously. And in the Get Booked masterclass, I show an example of the body clock all 24 hours of the day, so you can see what resonates and see what clicks for you. I recommend just making maybe 1 or 2 changes at a time and not overhauling your life overnight, because your nervous system doesn't usually like that, even though we want immediate satisfaction. So follow the ideas that feel excited yet peaceful. And I call this grounded excitement because it gets so overlooked, and I don't see enough business coaches, business mentors on social media talking about this. I see a lot of like, oh, activate yourself and come up with your vision and your dreams and the limitless possibilities, and whoever you are in that vision of yourself, go be more like that person. But I don't see enough like, does your body have enough energy and nervous system regulation to sustain those exciting plans in that vision right now? Do you have enough time? Do you have enough money? Because I see a lot of business coaches saying, risk thousands of dollars and you get even more thousands of dollars back. And I don't actually see that happen for clients that often. So do you have enough money, like really money in your bank account right now, to dedicate to your exciting ideas? Or are there maybe other ideas that you can do first to get your way there? So grounded excitement, all of that to say, Grounded excitement is like the rule of thumb that I follow in my business nowadays. As someone who is overly excited and passionate about many things, grounded excitement. Taking the excitement, the vision, the inspiration, the what I know is very real for me, which is those limitless possibilities. I think we very much have access to limitless possibilities. But we have to take that. We have to see our life right now today. What parts of my personality do I love that I don't want to trade for this future vision of myself that I don't really understand, right? And that'll make sense only if you've followed or prescribed to business coaches who do that type of thing, where it like kind of dissociates you a little bit. So what of my personality have I already worked on that I really love and really enjoy? And what are maybe some pieces that I'm working on that I can improve through my business and practice and work on? So I have to look at myself and who I am, and can I practice some different qualities that I haven't had an opportunity or haven't given myself an opportunity to practice, like talking to a camera, like creating videos, like brainstorming new services, like introducing yourself better on your website. What money do I have? What time do I have in my schedule? Do I have any time at all? Do I take care of my body? Do I exercise? Do I eat well? All of this needs to be assessed. And this is where we really land that excitement in. I have my excitement, I have my vision. Now, where is my life today? What do I have available to put towards this excitement? And then we have our plan, we have our solution. Okay, I have this much money, I have this much energy. That's what I can dedicate towards my excitement, and boom, your mind is so expert at filling in those gaps and coming up with a plan for you. That overthinking mind that we challenge and we try to navigate all the time is actually expert at this type of work. I feel like it's the purpose of the mind, one of the many purposes of the mind, is to help us with this transition process. Your mind is so good at going, oh, this is what you want in your dream world, this is the availability that you have, boom, I have some steps for you to follow. And our job is to just follow those steps to the best of our ability and see what happens, and try not to be so attached to the outcome, because as we all know, not all of our miraculous dreams come true overnight. And so I've also learned that whatever goal I have for a week, like however many clients I want to have booked or how much engagement I want on my videos in 1 week, I actually beef out to like a month at least, because I get so excited, I'm like ready to go and I want to see that result. And I find that if I just extend my own timelines for myself, then the vision actually comes to fruition more likely. Sometimes I've had to beef out what I think can happen in a week to a whole year. Very really so. And that's fine too. There's a lot of lessons in that and a lot of beautiful things to learn. So I hope what you can take away from this, and what I wish I had known in 2018, is take that beautiful, beautiful excitement. Your business is a beautiful creative platform for you. You get to do whatever you want in that space pretty much. Take that excitement, assess what resources you have, and really face some defeating changes that might need to be made. For me, exercising genuinely felt defeating. I didn't want to do it, and I still don't super want to do it, but I want to do it more because I feel better in my body when I do. So I have a little more inspiration, a little more motivation, but really assess what resources you have to put towards that excitement. If you're lucky, you have some resources, you can just flow on to that third step and start working towards it. But very often there's pieces that we really have to face. I have to say no to some things that I enjoy in order to follow this excitement that I think I'll enjoy more. I have to make time for taking care of my body, for tending to my relationships. Like, all of this has to fall into place. Also for me, I had to rework how I relate to finances. I had to budget differently. I had to manage my money differently, and that's a whole other story for a whole other time. But there is a lot to face every time I land in that spot. I get excited and I go, okay, here's some resources I have, that's great and that's fun, but here's like the things that really need to shift, and I know it, I just have to face it to make it work. And usually having sessions with a provider that you really enjoy and really feel loved and supported by super helps. That really helps. So for me, embodiment sessions, Reiki journeys, which Mandy from The Embodiment Journey, you can find her at theembodimentjourney.com. Her customized, she made these up herself, Reiki journeys are like absolutely mind-boggling and amazing to get from point A to point B, and to assess these changes in a way that doesn't feel as defeating. I feel very supported when I have sessions with her and I'm in that space. So face the noise, assess your resources, and then boom, your mind already comes up with a plan. Like, I promise you, you're ready to go. So I hope this helps. Follow that excitement, follow those dreams, follow those visions. We do have access to limitless possibilities, but give it a place to land. Extend those deadlines. We're not looking for miracles overnight, but we are certainly open to them if they befall themselves upon us. And if this resonated for you, I'd love to hear more. I also super enjoy hearing people's stories and like what business you have and how you got it started, because we all tend to fall into businesses at very unique periods of time and just odd circumstances. Very rarely is it like, oh, I woke up one day and I want to be a business owner, so I came up with this whole plan and I had all the money for it and all the time for it. That's very rare. So I love hearing stories of how businesses came to be. And I also love to hear what you're working through right now, because I am super passionate and excited about embodied business coaching. I used to do traditional business coaching with marketing and social media strategies, and it never worked. So I'm super passionate about embodied business coaching, like this concept of grounded excitement. So I'd love to hear what you're working on. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, follow, subscribe, whatever, and show some support. I'm so grateful. Thank you.